Are you tired of taxes? Come on, I know you are. And that's why we're back with one of our all-time favorite shows, Tired of Taxes, brought to you by the National Association of Certified Valuers and Analysts, or NACVA NACVA for short. For the past 30 plus years, they've helped thousands of CPAs establish their authority in matters of value and become today's true financial super consultants. And our special guest today, who himself stopped being tired of the taxes grind already, Frank Wisehart, forensic accounting and business valuation expert who regularly testifies in federal and state court. So join me, Garrett Wagner, the entrepreneurial CPA, here on Evolve Now and break the cycle of tax time. Learn why you need to stop being tired of taxes and break free of the boredom. Frank, thanks for joining us. I'm excited to hear about your story. Every story is different and unique, and we always start at the beginning. You started as a traditional CPA, but then you moved out. So what's your story of moving out from traditional CPA land into being that true super consultant?
Thanks, Garrett. Well, for me, I went out on my own, and my first job that I had was doing a forensic investigation on behalf of Merrill Lynch and Cerberus Capital Partners and the International Bank of Japan on a firm in Michigan. And it was cool because, I had been that traditional accountant, that traditional CPA, done a lot with the audit group at the big four firm that I was at before. And I went out on my own. And what was interesting was the very first assignment that I had happened to be a pretty cool project where there was a lot of fraud taking place. And when I went out there and started investigating that, I really enjoyed it because it was new, it was exciting, it was different. It brought together kind of my family background, Garrett, where, my father was a litigation attorney. And so it kind of brought home the training that I had at home and also the training that I had, in school with my CPA and my accounting background. So it was really fun and interesting and new, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that really kind of kicked off my career in forensic accounting.
Now, was your dad excited that you kind of like went on that path that was a little more related to his work than an accountant?
Well, that's a great question. And no, he actually wanted me to be a litigation attorney. So
Okay.
he had, was always asking me over the years, when are you going to go get your law license? When are you going to do that? And I said, Dad, I don't really want to be in the law. I really like numbers, and I like this niche of being in litigation through numbers. And so to me, I just gravitated to that. And he finally came around and accepted it and was very proud of me. And when he really got to understand what it was that I did and how I did the expert work, he was 100% behind me and always proud of me. And it just kind of brought together what I loved and my passion with kind of his passion of what he did. It was just a little bit of a different direction in the legal field, Garrett.
Yeah, I mean that's nice that you could find that overlap there, like you said, of like it's litigation work. There's some combativeness, there's some competition, but it's still the numbers that you enjoy. So do you think because of your dad, you were drawn a little more to that competition side?
That's a very insightful point that you bring there. Yes, I think that one of the things that I realized that I really liked was within forensic accounting, you can be combative, if you will. So it's your report versus the other person's report, or your analysis versus someone else's analysis. And I truly enjoyed that idea that, I've really got to prepare and I really have to be on, and I have to be on every single time. And I enjoyed that. And to me, it just made me better. It sharpened my skills, and it made me a really good practitioner, and made me an expert in the different fields and areas that I'm an expert in, which include business valuation and kind of the forensics and damages space.
So speaking of that, you kind of mentioned like sharpening those skills, get better. You do a lot.